Yo, what is good? My anime faithful. What is good, yo? Food the war, my lord. This food is ridiculous. I kid you not. I would absolutely love or die and go to heaven, and that place is heaven when it comes down just to the food. I would literally be the most brokest person in that world after trying to buy everything. Oh, man, I don't even want to see the prices that they put on these foods. Actually, I'm thinking about it. But overall, we are in for such a treat when it comes down to food au roi. I was pretty skeptical of what we were going to get when it came down to the end of this week's episode. I was actually really happy that they jumped straight into giving the results of our girl that tried her best and not, you know, draw it out as long as possible, so long that we couldn't even get another bout, So we pretty much get two in one, at least the finishing of one, and then the beginning and end of another, to then get straight to the next one, Yukihira, in the next week's episode. So the pacing is actually much better than it was last week, with no one getting any results, but just getting to taste and then kind of weigh in on how it tasted. That was it, or at least getting some results and seeing, what overall is going to be our lineup for these last couple of matches against these elite people. Because if Soma lost, the show would be absolutely doo doo. But I mean, come on, it's a shonen, so Soma's about to come out probably second, like usual on, or he might drop his food first. But I feel like the best comeback, or the best like ways that they usually tell their food serving portions of the show usually is like the Italian guy this week, where we see him going second, even though I finally have figured out something that I can honestly say Food War is kind of rough. Like I finally see it, but I don't know why it took me so long. Like I noticed it just this week. I mean, I've noticed it, but I probably just turned a blind eye to it because that's the whole premise of the show. But I'm thinking to myself, these guys helped the girl, prep her stuff and do all this to, go into her fight and see how she does. But the weird part of that is then we find out that they have been sitting there chilling, like experiencing her whole entire battle, not showing them do anything, and then we're kind of just expected to be like, oh yeah, but the whole time the battle was going on between the girls, the guys were literally still prepping, and they were still, in a position to have their food being cooked and not burning. Mind you, they're like dealing with meat and pork. And like other guys, I don't know. It was funny. I mean, there's better instances of that where they're kind of just weighing in on what they're seeing and stuff. At the same time, they should just be like worrying about their food. Just like how Soma goes over to him and he's like, "Oh man, you're really good at doing that dough with the pizza. Can you show me?" He's like, "Well, you go look at your food and make sure you don't lose, bro. Like, what are you doing?" And that's what I think it really kind of dawned on me, that even the show understands that that's kind of a flaw point of like this whole entire thing is, how is it that not all of them are finishing at the same time? And if they all don't finish at the same time, the judges are sometimes eating literally the whole entire plate. And if I ate one of those people's plates, I'm done. Like, I'm literally done. I can't eat anymore. So all these characters are like glutens or gluttons. So I said glutens. Uh, they're all pretty much in the form of, oh, we could just continue to eat and eat and eat and eat. I'm like, not me. Like, I don't know how y'all do it, but I would have been extra stuff fat and done rolled over and said whoever wants to judge can judge. I've done my one round, goodbye. So shouts out to the judges for being able to handle this much food. Other than that though, with them really pushing the brake or pumping the gas on getting characters in and out of here in the story, I really think that they dropped the ball with our girl in the suites. And I only say that because there's still there's still a couple of the elite members, right? And I think because they're in such a good standing, it just feels weird that now I feel like God Tongue is going to have to go against the sweet girl. Like someone who's going to go against the girl who makes sweets when we had one of the best people that, her whole entire story and her whole entire, and I won't be on this for long, her whole entire way of cooking was to think about the other people she's cooking for and to focus something more healthy and not only healthy but satisfying for those people. So to think that she doesn't even, like, they don't even state that in this week's episode might have just been the reason why she lost, is because she didn't really put so much of the effort for the certain people. Hold on, I just sneezed so hard. She didn't put that effort forth in the case of I wanted to put all the sweetest and nicest things in there, but thinking of your guys' overall health at the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys are okay. So that wasn't there, that element of, taking care of, I guess, the client in a way. But to be fair, she was never told to do that in the first place. That's just something she would do, and that's why I kind of feel like maybe they could have. I mean, they could have applied that. Like they could have at least been like, she should have focused on this, like making it the way she wanted to. And I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too hard on it, and this is how it should be, and it's gonna pay out really good because at the end of the day, I did enjoy what she made, and I did enjoy hearing her coach. That is one of the hardcores coach we've seen on his people that he actually enjoys, to talk to and stuff like that. And we just see him completely, probably, hurt that all the work they did didn't pay out to the level that they wanted it to win. But at the end of the day, he still acknowledged that if she ever wanted to continue to grow the way she is, she not only deserves, but she has a spot in his restaurant to work. So at the end of the day, I didn't like how she was taking this L, but I did really appreciate the coach saying what he did, even if he's not the one to deliver the message because they already gave him an alibi saying that he has to catch a plane. Um, it was still very, very touching nonetheless because I would never see that type of character, I think, in him when it came down to how he was talking to Soma and all that stuff. But I also do think when he sees Soma, he sees a whole different monster, a whole different type of prodigy, a whole different type of power. And that's the difference between why he probably just left and didn't really want to say anything, is because he thinks everybody needs to be handled differently. And if anyone knows how she should be handled, it would be the person that trained her for, however long and was just stuck in a kitchen with her and watching her break down and then get back up. So I did appreciate that, and I do look forward to seeing what happens with her character, if she does have any more big moments to stand out and slap, or she's just going to be one of the Z fighters from Dragon Ball Z that just show up and wind up losing to make the hero look that much better when he beats him with something that he's not even the best at doing, or something along those lines. So I hope you guys are having an amazing day, night, the evening is. So I hope to hear you in the comments. I will talk to you whenever something else drops, so probably tomorrow, and I will be looking forward to hear from you guys. Take care and have an awesome one. Peace.